All right, let's take a look at this Elite Search with Miss Cara. All right, so Cara wants to go to the left, and Leanne says go to the right. That works out fine, looking good. There's a COB right there. I'm going to call it on the chair. Little bit close, but you're gaining room, good. You could call that right now. Good, nice alert. Nicely done, off you go, good praise. Make sure you get that corner, nice. She's sticking. See how her tail sticks? Yeah, I'm pretty sure her tail sticks on that. Let me look at that again. Let's take a look. Yep, let's look at it again. Tail going, tail going, tail going. She's hunting, tail going. She's working source, tail going. Freeze up. Yep, there you go. Let's take a look at the next one. Let's see if her tail comes to a stop. Tail going, freeze. Yep. Okay, good call on that. It's nice that those two sort of converged there. That's a good looking hide. Yeah, good call. I wasn't really happy with the way we checked. I'm going to show you again. Not real happy with the way that we checked these bit of lockers. So what I mean by that is, you know, there could have been odor up in here, anywhere in these vents. I know this from vast experience of searching schools and lockers. Anywhere in these vents are places, you know, and you know, of course, these ones too, and these ones too. But those are all places where I definitely would have been interested in checking. So I would have liked to seen a little bit of checkup in those locations. See how this goes. Good job checking back. Nice. Trying to get her on that black piece of equipment, which I totally get. And she's working back on her own. One might suspect that there was odor here or here. Yep, there it is. There's your odor right there. There's your odor right there. Call that. Yes, nicely done. Good job. I would feel also too at this point that I feel like I really strongly need to check this table. She's looking up. Nice. Uh-oh, watch your head. Okay, good job. There's a little change in behavior. That's interesting right there. I wonder if that's that low odor behavior that Cara often shows. Keep your feet moving. And I would also be checking this too. Okay, so you call alert and got to know. I totally get it. I totally get that you saw the interest and you're thinking that that's inaccessible. Let's look at that little section again. So I assume that you're thinking that this is going to be inaccessible odor, but what I see is interest. What I see is hunting behavior. I see that she's inclined to think that there's odor in the area, but I'm not convinced that that's where it is. I feel like it might be here. I feel like it might be over in this area, but I don't think it's on that edge there. And I feel like the reason that you got what you got, let's take a look at your physical position. So you're very close to her, and she is hunting, and you end up in front of her. You know, if you could be offline, you could stay over here, unfortunately, right where that lamp is. But if you could be over there while she works, even online, be back over there. I totally get the head thing though. But she's bracketing, she's checking out lots of stuff, and at this point, already I'm thinking, is it inaccessible because it's back in here? Or is she on the wrong side of the odor? Is it over here? That's what I would be looking at. and you're looking right. I mean, she's looking right at you, and you're looking right at her, and she looks up, and you go alert. Yeah, that's not a finish. She's not stuck to anything, and I think that you believe that that might have been inaccessible. So you did get the edge of the table. That's nice. Yeah, and I mean, I'm kind of thinking, did we just body block the area, where she might be able to find it? Because she's definitely hunting. She knows she found odor and hasn't been able to pin it down. That's Oh, I like the way she's looking up there. That's nice. Because look at that look back, double look back, triple look back. So if you feel like she's wrong, because she just gave you lots of alert behavior right there. Let's look at it again. Heck, YouTube is going to lock up on us. Here we go. Let's see if we can look at it again. She's going to check up on her own and look at you. She's looking up, looking at you. She's jumping up and looking at you and looking at you, looking at you. Your feet are moving, which is really nice. I'm happy to see that. So I guess what's going through your head is you're thinking, well, it's not on this furniture. It can't be on that furniture. Which, okay, but it could be on this ledge. It could be in this, whatever this thing is around here. And it could be around this is the corner of the wall. So what's around the corner of the wall? And so what I mean by that is if you're not convinced as an odor hunter that that could potentially be odor, then you need to be looking at places where it could be odor. So targets of opportunity, high value targets. Where do you think people would put stuff? And then you go and you use your hand and you present those things to your dog and you go, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And see what she gives you in response. Yeah, see, she's checking up on that thing too, which is good. Checking up all on her own, which is not something that we typically see her do, just bounce up on things without there being a reason. Okay, so you call alert. Right, and again, so I get it. So all the way back over at this wooden table area over here, we saw that low odor behavior that sort of Kara is famous for. You get a no, you come in here, and she's definitely hunting this whole area and going, man, I'm certainly into odor. And then she gets into this corner and we really start to see her jumping up and down. She's giving you those verbal ups and she's saying, hey, it's really hot over there. I already pointed out, these are areas that I might have asked her to look at. You get over here and she starts bouncing up and down on this thing. And then just visually I see, what's this on the wall? Which is it? With her jumping up and down, I would go, Kara, which is it? Is it this? Is it this? And then is there something on, around the corner on this edge of the wall? Where exactly is it? And that's the thing. She's showing you lots of excited behavior. She's giving you those look backs. And we saw them, gosh, particularly on the edge of the couch. We saw her doing that. Jumping, checking up, looking. Here it is, here it is, here it is. And you're not buying it. Check around the corner. Here it is, here it is, here it is. She needs help is what she needs right there. Help her figure out, is it this? Is it this? Is it some sort of other hard element that you see? Right. So you get to know, not because there is an odor there, but because you're just off source. That's all. No big deal. Off you go. Keep working. Also, I know at this point you've been giving 2 no's, and that can be really scary because you know that if you get a third, it's going to be a problem. So you want to be very certain, and you're going to probably try to move out of that area. Good. Keep your feet moving. Give her space. That's it. That's odor right there. That's it. Right, good. And yeah, so I get it. You're nervous because you had the previous 2 no's. So good confidence call there. I'm glad you found that. What is her finish? What is her behavior when she's done? Her finish is she's doing a great job of sticking with odor. She's sniffing it. She's staying. She's bracking. She's swinging her hips. Her tail locks up. And that's her finish. When she's at source, that's what she does. So that looked really nice. And then, if we just take a look at this, the positioning here, same thing. This is a hot corner. That's why she was getting that, that sort of interest all the way through this entire area over here. That's a hot corner. So, yeah, she's locked up. I mean, I can even hear her sniffing, even on the audio recording, so that's really good. Or maybe just really good audio. Good job checking those two standalone tables. I'd be questioning those wooden chairs that are right there that I see. Good job, you see them too. Off you go. Let's not spend forever. Right, nice. Let her drive in there. Let her drive in there. Good. What's that check back about? So immediately I'm thinking, I saw her, let me stop this real quick. So right around here, I saw her check back. So I'm curious about that. Now she's gone around and ended here and checked back. That tells me this corner is hot. Somewhere in there. It's somewhere in there. Go. Yep, and smart to consider these chairs and this down here. That's smart too. But she is staying on this back corner. She's having a hard time narrowing it down, so it would be at this time that I would start helping her narrow down that cone. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? And help her narrow that space out because she's struggling with it. And you have the ability to present. You have the ability to show her things. So I would be getting on that now. That's a lot of interest right there. And I would be going, Cara, is it here? Check up. Cara, is it here? Check up. Cara, is it down in here? Okay, so you gave up on that odor. And you called finish. Right, so I get it. I totally get it. You were doing the best you can, having received, of course, the two no's, which can be very, very disconcerting. I totally understand that. But what I would say about that is this. You came in really confident and looked really good. There were odors down at her elevation level that she could totally understand, and she did a really good job with those. The first sign that I saw that you had forgotten about elevations was at the lockers. That was the first sign that I saw of that. But she really nailed that foosball table. That was really, really nice. Good job. You did a good handler control as far as getting in the corners and getting in the little spaces. I wouldn't go so far as to say that you overhandled in any way. Where I saw anything, maybe it was a lack of or just a tad bit of underhandling. Because there were a few places, and we can remember those places, right? The places where we were over by that wooden table and she was still hunting. She was still working. And you were probably, I'm guessing you were thinking inaccessible. And if you're thinking inaccessible, then I would encourage you to, to help her out and get her in those places and go, how about this side of the table? How about that side of the table? And that ended up kind of biting you in the rear because your feet ended up locking up and she was looking at you, and there came your first fault. And then over by the couch, she's jumping and she's looking and she's showing you all this really nice interest. And then she goes over to whatever that thing is on the stand, and same thing. So she's doing the very best she can, jumping up and showing you, hey, there's something here, there's something in this area, and all she needed out of you was just a little bit of help and going, how about this piece? How about that piece? And I feel like you would have been able to source that out a whole lot faster. And then same thing when you got over to the corner in that hide with the table. There was definitely a check back, and that tells me interest. And then she started working around more, and okay, that gives me the edges, or let's say the bookends of the cone. Okay, I definitely know it's in this area. I saw those lounge chairs and I saw you checking them out and going, hey, it could be over there, which is really smart. And it's not something that you did over where your first fault occurred. So you picked up on that and you ran with it, which was good. But as soon as you sent her over there, There was no interest. It was definitely in that wall corner. So the next thing I would be thinking, well, Kara sources really well at her elevation level. It's got to be up. So check here, check here, check here, get her up, see what happens. And I think you probably would have sourced that out as well. So I actually thought it was a really decent search and very educational. I would be looking at it over and over and over again in regards to what's coming up here very soon, and it's that chair jumping, excited behavior. That's her saying, "Hey, mom, it's here, it's here, it's here." But she wasn't able to lock up on it because it's outside of her elevation range. So I would definitely be encouraging you guys to be working on that elevation stuff and you being able to recognize that elevation stuff. Here it comes. And it's very lovely behavior. Nice. Check, check. Look at me. Check. Look at me. Look at me. I'm so excited. No. Okay. And then bounce, bounce, bounce. That's very nice behavior. She was super excited to show you where it was. She was just a little bit out of source. I think if you'd have gotten that, you would have also nailed the television one. So all in all, a really, really great learning experience and a decent search. Nothing to beat yourself up about. It's just a matter of, experience in seeing new environments and an experience working with a vertically challenged dog who has a difficult time locking down on elevations that are up and out of reach. So all in all, nice job. Nothing to be worried about.